Hi, Libra Anarchy, responding to Anarchy Land 2, The Price of Fear. Um, I, I think, where to begin? I'll try to make this quick. I think you neglect to point out the certain type of fear, um, that people are afraid of, and that is fear of the other, whether it's fear of criminals or fear of people from other states who advocate other states, whether it's state communism or state Islamic theocracy, or state socialism or state capitalism or state whatever it is. Um, and people are taught to not see that the underlying problem of states going to war with states is states. People are taught to just fear the other, those people who represent that state, and these people over here who are taught that we somehow represent this state because of a fiat land claim. People forget, and they're taught to forget, they're taught to ignore, they're taught not to see who is actually waging the wars, the states. I'm not saying that in a stateless society people would not fight. People would. And we have lots of ideas such as private arbitration firms, private law enforcement firms. I tend to go toward the anarcho-capitalist solutions. However, there are certainly a number of other ideas that have been proposed. And let's see. Also, the fear of the criminal. People are certainly taught to fear the criminal, but now we have a situation where everybody is a criminal. Literally. I mean, everybody that I can feasibly think of has at some point done something illegal, no matter how small. If you've rolled a joint and smoked it, in most places, you've done something illegal. If you won something, well, a lot of places gambling is illegal. Like literally, if you have a bet over a ball game with a friend of yours, and in many places it's technically illegal, even if it's completely consensual. And yet, here in the United States, our states often hold lotteries with odds that are much worse than the actual games that casinos would run, or just things like playing poker among friends, or in actually using money, actually using money instead of just having the chips be like, yay. And here, I don't know what it's like in Great Britain, but as far as taxation, it is not, technically, the tentacles of government, this odious leviathan, have wriggled their way so far into our lives that technically, we should be paying taxes by the law on gifts that people give us. So if Grandma on Christmas says, "Here's $100, dear, spend it how you like," I'm technically supposed to report that on my taxes and pay taxes on that. Really, that's taxes euphemism for extortion. You know this. So basically, and people are taught not to see this aspect of the fear. What people are taught to fear, the quote criminal, which is everybody now. Everybody. It's not just, oh, the rapists, the murderers, the child molesters, the career thieves. People are just taught to fear criminals, which is essentially everybody, and also people are taught to fear the people who supposedly represent other states, but really don't, because they're brainwashed into thinking they do, just like we get brainwashed into thinking that we represent our respective states, well, which is a bad way of putting it, because in their minds they have this fiat claim over a portion of our wealth, a portion of our labor. They have this claim, fiat land claim, and they dictate what it is we can do on the property that we maintain. Yeah, you know this. I'm ranting. So my point is, what people fear about anarchy or anarchic ideas such as competing money systems, or just really radical ideas, seemingly radical ideas, are what people fear. It is not the grocer down the street. It's not necessarily our family members. In some cases it is, and that stinks, but in most cases it's not our family members, it's not ourselves. Without a state, we don't assume that we would just suddenly go and start shooting people. We assume that the people in the projects and the mental patients and just really unscrupulous business people, whatever, we fear that those people would just go haywire, even though the police don't actually protect us from those people as much as they do protect us from prostitutes, which is basically about voluntary association. But that's a whole nother rant. Vice squads, look them up. Anyway, so what people fear is basically what they were told to fear, and it sounds really condescending to say to people, "Hey, man, you were brainwashed." But it's not condescending; it's because it's true. And I was brainwashed. I know I was brainwashed, and you were most likely brainwashed. I don't know what your past is like, but you were probably in some way, shape, or form brainwashed. God save the Queen and all that, and I'm over here like, truth, justice, and the American way. I mean, we all have got some level of brainwashing according to our respective mystical system fiat land claims. And I should probably put my ankh under my shirt when I rant about this shit, but long story, don't ask, long fucking story. Order is emergent, just go with that. Anyway, long story, about, and another individual, don't kill yourself. Yeah, completely unrelated, I promise you. Anyway, so my point is, the fear is not, well, people are just afraid because they have this assumption that if the state goes away, that everything would be higgledy-piggledy. What do we do? That it's not like they're at the grocery store saying, "I need food," and I opt to buy a bag of frozen peas, but suddenly there's no state, so automatically somebody has a gun to my head. Give me the fucking peas! No, people don't assume it's like that. People just, but rather all of us were brainwashed to fear the other, the people over there, and so it's a specific kind of fear, I think. Okay, so basically I've spent 10 fucking minutes agreeing with you, which I'm sure makes things very boring, but I just wanted to sort of expound upon this and add the point. We were brainwashed to have a particular kind of fear, not just fear. And as for the trust goes, yes, under anarchy, people would have to trust individuals and businesses. But as you point out, yes, people already have to trust individuals and businesses, but we don't. And we're actually taught by many mystical systems not to trust ourselves. Hail Satan. Anyway, symbolic Satan is a different rant. So where was I? Fuck. Yours is unscripted. Fuck you, mine's more unscripted. But what people are brainwashed also to ignore is that they're taught not to trust other individuals, businesses, not to trust themselves, but to trust the government, who has